Hello everyone, this is Dustin from Kirby'sMarketing.com. Today I just want to talk a little bit about what it takes to build an e-commerce website. Um, it's really a lot easier than you think it is, and cheaper too probably. So I just want to walk through one thing I really like to think about when I'm building a website is compare it to an actual business. So if you think of like a brick and mortar store, there's some things that have to go on. For one, you have to decide on the products you want to sell. So what products are you going to sell? And online, there's a large amount of different types of products you can sell. You can sell actual products like shoes or books or computers or anything like that. You can sell things that you make. So I recently made a website for a gal who makes cloth diaper covers, and she sells those. You can sell affiliate products, which are products that you sell for someone and you get a percentage of the sales. Those are pretty nice. You can sell completely digital products like ebooks, things like that. And a good place to start, if you don't have anything that you physically have yourself, a good place to start is with affiliate products. And if you want to search for some good products, a good resource for that is actually a tool called Jaxi. Jaxi's primary purpose is to locate keywords for search engine optimization and things like that, but also has a feature which is really helpful for finding products you can sell that are affiliate products. So you get a percentage of every sale you make. The next thing is you need to brand your store, right? You need to register your trademark. So that is kind of like, what is your store going to be called? Think of the name, and then you need to think of the domain name. It's kind of like when you decide on an address for your physical store, right? You need to have an address in the internet, what your store will be, where it will be located. And there's a couple good resources for this, Site Rubix and Namecheap. They're both good. They're both a little bit different. I would suggest if you're just getting started to go through Site Rubix because it's free. It will allow you to host your website for free, and it's just a really good starting place. If you're a little bit more advanced and you want to put a little bit of monetary investment in, you can go through Namecheap, which is also a good start. I've used both. They're both very good. The next part is you need to rent space for your website. This is, you need to rent a building. You need to rent a storefront. Everything on the internet has a place where it lives, right? And this is called hosting. So you need to have a hosting provider to host your website. You can do this yourself, but that's kind of difficult, more for like the very technically advanced people. Not like me. I need to have someone to host my website for me. And again, Site Rubix and Namecheap are both good for that. The next part is you need to build out your store. So you need to put in the infrastructure that it takes to allow your store to operate. And in the internet world, we call this a content management system. And by far the best one to use is WordPress. It's easy. It's used by all kinds of websites, huge websites, little websites, and it's easy to understand. It has a small learning curve. So definitely consider that over any alternative. Then you need to think about what you want your store to look like. What do you want your design to be? How do you want it to feel? How do you want it to function? The organization, all of these things. Just like a real physical store, you need to think about those for a website or e-commerce store. And this is done by a theme. A theme is basically something you install on your WordPress or your content management system that dictates the look and everything like that. It's customizable, you can change it, but the general layout, things like that are controlled by the theme. And my two favorite themes come from My Theme Shop and Elegant Themes. I've used both of them in the past for e-commerce sites, and they're both really good. And they're specifically designed for e-commerce, as long as you choose the right one. So you just want to make sure you choose a site or choose a theme that is designed for e-commerce. The last thing you need to do, not the last thing, the next step is you need to hire your staff to manage your inventory, but online that's not really true, especially when you just start. You don't need to hire a person. You need to have something in there that can make the purchases for you or make the sales for you, process your payments, take care of inventory tracking and things like that, and that is done by a plugin. And the most popular plugin to do this is WooCommerce. It's really easy to use. It's efficient. It does everything correctly. It's probably one of the most widely used plugins for this. So I would definitely recommend WooCommerce. It's what I use for all my websites, e-commerce stores. So yeah, do give that a shot. And then the last thing is you need to, especially if you're just getting started, you need to learn how to maintain your website, how to keep it competitive, right? Every physical store, you have to have a marketing plan, you have to advertise, you have to fix up the store, fix it when it breaks, things like that. And if you have an e-commerce store, you need to do the same. You need to learn how to do that. You need to train yourself, continue training to be cutting edge on top of everything. And so there's a few ways you can do this. You can either just like Google search everything. You can find it from lots of different resources. Everything is out there, but a lot of times it's hard to find, and it's not all in one place. Another option, which I prefer, and what I've done, and is actually how I learned everything I know about websites, is through what's called Wealthy Affiliate University, and it's basically a training ground. It's almost like a social network training ground that really has everyone's best interest in mind. It's purely to get you started. It shows you everything you need to know from very basic to very advanced, and it will train you the whole way through. And anytime you have a problem, anytime there's something you're not sure, you can go there, ask about it, and you'll get an answer almost immediately. You'll solve your problem. It's a really good resource, and that's how I do it. So I would recommend at least checking that out if you're interested in getting started online with the e-commerce store. But yeah, and then I guess if you're really serious about this, go ahead and do it. There's nothing holding you back. Like I said, there's lots of resources out there to help you get started. There's lots of good resources that are easy to use for the basic beginners. And every resource I mentioned in this video, I will include a link underneath the video, so you can go ahead and check them out. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments or anything, please leave them below, or go over and check out my actual post on my website that covers the same stuff in much more detail. But yeah, so hope you learned something here, and check back soon and subscribe if you want to keep updated with my latest posts and information. So goodbye, have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Hello, one thing I forgot to mention is that I will be following up this video and this blog post with many more in-depth step-by-step tutorials on how to do each step of the e-commerce website setup. So make sure you subscribe to my channel here if you're interested in seeing those, or go over to my blog and follow there. So anyways, have a good day. Goodbye.